Welcome to our channel Book by Book. Today we're diving into a really interesting one. It's called 365 Days with Self-Discipline by Martin Meadows. And it kind of positions itself as like a year-long trainer for your mental toughness.
Yeah, it's definitely got that practical edge.
Yeah.
Published back in 2017, it fits into that whole self-help personal development space, habits, resilience, you know the drill.
But the structure is what grabbed me. It's not just theory you read once. It's designed for daily interaction, almost like a course.
Exactly. And it tackles that classic problem we all face, right?
Oh, yeah. We know what we're supposed to do. Get up early, focus, don't check the phone every 2 minutes, resist the junk food.
But knowing and doing are just worlds apart, aren't they? There's this huge gap.
Totally. Distractions pop up, or you just feel lazy, or you make up some excuse, and suddenly the whole plan goes out the window. Again.
Uh-huh. And that's where Meadows' approach comes in. It's important to understand where he's coming from.
Right. He's not some academic in an ivory tower.
Not at all. He's very much writing from his own experience, his own experiments. He talks about things he's actually done fasting, learning languages, deliberately doing uncomfortable stuff just to, build that resilience muscle.
So he's lived it. That adds a lot of credibility, I think.
It really does. He's sort of blending practical psychology, a bit of neuroscience, even some philosophy, but grounding it all in his own journey.
Makes sense. It feels less like being lectured and more like getting advice from someone who's actually walked the path, applied practice, not just theory.
Precisely. Which brings us right to the core idea, the central thesis, running through all 365 of those daily thoughts.
Okay, let's hear it. What's the main takeaway?
Meadows basically says that self-discipline isn't just part of success. It's the absolute backbone. Forget talent, forget luck, forget connections even. Discipline is foundational.
The backbone. I like that.
And here's the crucial part. You don't just get it. It's built daily, brick by brick, through small, often kind of unnoticeable actions.
So it's not like you read the book and boom, you're disciplined.
Nope, no magic switch. It's a commitment to the small choices, the repetitive stuff, the mundane things you do day in, day out.
That's such an important distinction, isn't it? We always imagine discipline as this heroic sacrifice, one big moment.
Right, like climbing Mount Everest. But Meadows says no, it's more like laying one brick perfectly every single day. It's the cumulative effect of those tiny, deliberate choices.
And those choices shape, well, everything.
Pretty much. Your character, your habits, obviously, your whole mindset about what's possible, and ultimately the results you see in your life. It's a slow burn.
Right. It probably looks really boring from the outside sometimes.
Totally boring. And that leads to another key insight he hammers home. Consistency over perfection.
Ah, okay. Tell me more about that.
He argues that even what he calls mediocre action, like you only managed a 5-minute workout instead of 30, or you wrote one messy paragraph instead of a perfect page.
Yeah.
If you do that consistently, day after day, it's way more powerful than waiting for that perfect burst of motivation that might only come once a month.
Because motivation is flaky.
Exactly. It comes and goes.
Yeah.
But consistency, that's the engine you can actually rely on.
So this book isn't for someone looking for a quick fix.
Definitely not. It's for people who get that building discipline is a long game. It's often repetitive, maybe even a bit tedious sometimes.
But they understand that adding up all those small positive choices is what eventually leads to massive change.
Precisely. You might not feel different on day 15 or day 50, but by day 365, the shift in who you are, what you can handle, what you can achieve, it's profound.
It's like compound interest for your character.
That's a great way to put it. And in today's world, with distractions everywhere.
Don't even get me started.
All right, having that daily nudge, that little reminder from the book, it's like a daily gym session for your focus. It helps you act on your values, not just react to whatever pops up.
Okay, that sets the stage really well. Let's dig into the core lessons then. You mentioned 6 essential ones for building self-control.
That's right. 6 key pillars from the book. And the first one, well, it kind of goes against the grain of modern life.
Intriguing. What is it?
Lesson 1. Live the hard way. Choose discomfort over ease.
Oof. Yeah, that definitely pushes back against the comfort-seeking default.
It really does. Meadows isn't just saying discomfort is okay. He's saying choosing ease all the time actually weakens us. It corrodes our resilience.
How so?
Because growth needs friction. It needs challenge. Easy choices feel good right now, sure, instant gratification.
But that they're a trap.
He thinks so, because they don't build any mental or emotional muscle. So when a real challenge hits, you're not ready. You haven't trained for it.
So it's not about seeking out, major suffering every day.
No, no, not at all. It's about the small stuff. Consistently choosing the slightly harder option, even in tiny ways, just to train your mind to push past that comfort zone.
Like microdosing discomfort.
Kind of. Think about it.
Yeah.
We live in climate-controlled houses. We have instant entertainment, easy food delivery. If we always choose the path of least resistance, we atrophy. We get mentally soft.
Okay, so give me some practical examples. What does choosing the hard way look like day to day?
Well, it could be deciding to wake up 20 or 30 minutes earlier than you absolutely have to, even when the bed feels amazing.
Uh-huh. That's a classic hard choice.
Or resisting the urge to just grab your phone and scroll the second you have a moment of downtime, like waiting in line.
Guilty.
Or maybe at the gym, you pick the compound exercise like squats or deadlifts, even though the leg press machine feels easier.
Right, the one that takes more effort and coordination.
Exactly. Or maybe it's finally having that awkward but necessary conversation you've been putting off with someone at work or home.
Yeah, those definitely fall into the uncomfortable but important category.
And Meadows uses that analogy you mentioned earlier, self-discipline as a muscle.
Right. If you only lift light weights or never lift at all, the muscle stays weak.
Precisely. Choosing the hard way in these small instances is like gradually increasing the weight. You're building capacity. You're inoculating yourself against bigger struggles.
So, handling small discomforts prepares you for big challenges.
Exponentially so. If you've practiced pushing through minor resistance daily, when a major crisis hits, you actually have the mental framework to handle it instead of just collapsing.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Live the hard way. Got it. What's lesson 2?
Lesson 2 flows naturally from that. It's your choices shape in points. You micro decisions matter.
Ah, okay. So shifting from the hard choice to the small choice.
Exactly. We often look for these big, dramatic turning points in life, the lightning bolt moment.
Yeah, the epiphany that changes everything.
But Meadows argues that real transformation, building discipline, it happens at the micro level, in the tiny, seemingly insignificant decisions you make dozens of times a day.
Like what specifically?
Like deciding whether to have water or that sugary soda at 10 a.m., or whether to hit snooze one more time, or whether to put your workout clothes out the night before.
Things that feel almost too small to matter.
That's the illusion. Meadows stresses the compounding effect. That single choice might seem trivial, but when you make similar choices consistently,
You're building a pattern.
more than that,
Yeah.
you're actually crafting your identity. If you consistently choose the easy, sugary option, you're reinforcing the identity of someone who prioritizes instant pleasure over long-term well-being.
Ouch. Okay. But the opposite is also true.
Absolutely. Every time you choose the slightly harder, more disciplined option, reading one page instead of scrolling, doing 5 push-ups before your shower, packing a healthy lunch,
Yeah.
each one is like a little vote for the kind of person you want to be.
Yeah.
It builds momentum. It subtly shifts how you see yourself.
So you start thinking, hey, I'm actually someone who follows through.
Exactly. And that internal narrative is incredibly powerful. It makes the next discipline choice a little bit easier. It creates this positive feedback loop.
I like that metaphor. He uses the pebble in the pond.
Yeah, the ripple effect. That tiny decision seems small, but the consequences, the ripples, they spread outwards.
Yeah.
Affecting your self-respect, your energy, your whole day, really.
It's subtle, but powerful. Okay, micro decisions matter. But constantly making hard choices and focusing on tiny details sounds exhausting.
It absolutely would be if you were just relying on brute force willpower. And that's why lesson 3 is so crucial.
Which is?
Build systems, not just willpower.
Ah, okay. This is about sustainability, right?
Totally. Meadows really emphasizes that willpower is finite. It's like a battery that runs down during the day.
Is that the idea of ego depletion I've heard about?
Exactly that concept. Psychologically, research suggests our capacity for self-control isn't unlimited. If you spend all morning resisting donuts in the break room,
Yeah.
by the afternoon, you might have less mental energy left to resist scrolling Instagram when you should be working. Willpower fades, especially under stress or fatigue.
So you can't just try harder indefinitely.
Nope. Relying solely on willpower is a recipe for failure. Meadows argues that sustainable discipline requires structure. It requires systems.
Okay, so what does building a system look like?
The main goal is designing your environment, your physical space, your schedule, your routines, so that the disciplined behavior is the easy option, or at least easier.
Make the good path the path of least resistance.
Exactly. You want to reduce the friction for the habits you want to build and increase the friction for the habits you want to break.
Okay, give me some concrete examples of reducing friction.
Sure. Like we said, if you want to exercise first thing, Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Friction reduced, you just have to put them on.
Simple, but effective.
Or, if you want to write every morning, maybe open the blank document or your project file before you go to bed. So when you sit down, it's right there. No barrier to starting.
Removes that initial hurdle of getting started.
Precisely. And for increasing friction for bad habits. If you want to eat less junk food, the system isn't just have more willpower. The system is don't buy it, don't have it in the house.
Makes sense. If it's not there, you can't easily eat it.
Right. You've increased the friction. Now, satisfying that craving requires a trip to the store, which often feels like too much effort.
Or banning screens from the bedroom an hour before sleep. That's a system, not just telling yourself you'll put the phone down.
Exactly. You're proactively arranging your world to support your goals. Meadows compares it to channeling water goats. Good systems channel your discipline smoothly towards your goal. Without systems, your willpower just dissipates whenever things get tough.
So you're basically automating the right choices as much as possible.
That's the idea. Save your precious willpower for the truly unexpected challenges, not for fighting the same battles about snacks or scrolling every single day.
That's huge. Okay, systems over willpower. Now, lesson 4 sounds like it flips the script a bit.
It really does. Lesson 4 is self-discipline is freedom, not restriction.
Okay, this one I need to hear more about. Because honestly, discipline often feels like restriction, like saying no to fun stuff.
That's the common perception, for sure. Deprivation, suffering, being boring. But Meadows argues that's looking at it completely the wrong way. He says the real restriction, the real lack of freedom, comes from living chaotically.
How so?
Think about it. If you're constantly driven by your impulses, your moods, your cravings, are you really free? Or are you just reacting?
I see what you mean. You're not really in control.
Exactly. You're a slave to the urge for the cookie, or the urge to procrastinate, or the urge to stay on the couch. You're not choosing your actions. Your impulses are choosing for you.
Okay.
True self-discipline, he argues, is what grants you autonomy. When you can control your impulses, when you can follow through on what you decided to do, that's freedom.
Freedom from regret. Freedom from the stress of last-minute panic.
Yes, freedom from being ruled by your immediate desires. Freedom to actually choose your direction and stick to it. When you avoid procrastination, you gain back time and mental energy. You have less stress, more peace of mind. That feels pretty free, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually, it really does. Freedom from your own worst habits.
He uses the metaphor of owning the steering wheel of your life. Discipline means you're driving. Lack of discipline means you're in the back seat, getting jerked around by every whim and distraction.
Well, okay, changing my perspective on that one. Discipline as the steering wheel. Love it. What's lesson 5?
Lesson 5 builds on this idea of steady progress. It's momentum and habits consistency over big bursts.
We touched on this earlier with the consistency versus perfection point.
Right, but this focuses more on the power of routine and momentum. That initial burst of motivation you get when starting something new. It feels great, but it's unreliable. It always fades.
So you can't bank on feeling motivated all the time.
Absolutely not. Real lasting change comes from those small daily wins we talked about, and crucially, from automating behavior through habits.
Like the systems we discussed.
Exactly. When a positive behavior becomes a habit, like your morning routine or how you start your work session, you don't have to decide to do it anymore. It just happens.
Frees up mental energy.
Tons of it. If you don't have to debate whether to exercise, just when or what kind, you've already won half the battle. Your brain power can go towards the actual task, not the internal negotiation.
So the strategy is about embedding these actions into routines.
Yes, setting up firm routines like a non-negotiable morning ritual or an evening wind down. Tracking your consistency is also key. Just seeing the check marks build up creates momentum.
Even if the results aren't visible yet.
Especially then, because you're reinforcing the identity as someone who shows up. Meadows also suggests pushing yourself just a tiny bit beyond your comfort zone each day, maybe 1 extra minute, 1 extra rep. Keeps things challenging but manageable.
It's like that boulder analogy again.
Perfect analogy. Pushing a boulder uphill is hardest right at the start. Getting it moving takes the most effort.
Yeah.
But once it's rolling, even small consistency pushes those daily habits, keep it going forward with surprising force. Momentum builds on itself.
Okay, build momentum through habits and consistency. Makes sense. But what happens when the boulder rolls back? When you mess up?
Ah, yes. The inevitable reality check. That brings us to the final core lesson, lesson 6. Resilience handling setbacks and low motivation.
This feels super important because life happens, right? Things go wrong.
Absolutely. Discipline isn't a smooth, straight line upwards. There will be days you slip up, days where motivation completely evaporates, days where external circumstances just knock you off course.
So what's the advice? Just expect it.
Expect it, plan for it, and crucially, learn from it. This is where a lot of self-help advice falls short, isn't it? What do you do when you inevitably fail?
Yeah, you feel guilty, you beat yourself up, maybe you just quit altogether.
Exactly. Meadows says, no, don't do that. Don't fall into the shame spiral. Instead, use the setback as data, as a diagnostic tool.
Okay.
Analyze it objectively. What actually went wrong? Was your plan too ambitious? Did an unexpected event derail you? Was your system weak in some area? Did you just forget your why?
So less self-blame, more system analysis.
Precisely. The focus shifts from I'm a failure to my approach failed under these specific circumstances. How can I adjust my approach or system to handle this better next time?
That's a much more constructive way to look at it.
Isn't it? It means having fallback strategies ready. Like if you miss your planned hour-long workout, what's your minimum effective dose? Maybe it's just 10 minutes of stretching or a quick walk. Something is better than nothing.
The never miss twice rule.
That's a big one he emphasizes. Okay, you missed today? It happens. The absolute rule is get back on track tomorrow. Even if it's just a tiny step, don't let one slip up turn into a complete derailment.
And he includes a quote about resilience.
Yeah, it's a classic, but relevant. When times get tough and you feel like giving up, remember that whatever doesn't kill you will only make you stronger. It's about seeing challenges as strengthening opportunities.
So resilience isn't about being rigid and never failing.
Not at all. It's about being flexible, like a tree that bends in the wind instead of standing rigid and snapping. You acknowledge the setback, learn from it, adjust, and keep going.
Wow, okay. Those 6 lessons together: choose discomfort, micro decisions matter, build systems, discipline is freedom, momentum through habits, and resilience. That's a pretty comprehensive philosophy.
It really covers the key aspects of building and maintaining self-control over the long haul.
So beyond these core lessons, does Meadows offer other frameworks or tools to actually implement this stuff?
He does. The structure of the book itself is a key framework, actually.
How so?
That daily reflections model we mentioned. One short entry per day. It breaks down this huge concept of becoming disciplined into manageable, bite-sized chunks. It prevents overwhelm and reinforces that gradual, incremental growth idea.
So you just focus on one thought, one challenge for that day.
Exactly. It makes the whole year-long process feel less daunting, like tackling a big project one small task at a time.
That makes sense. What else?
He also constantly ties discipline back to goal setting and vision alignment. This isn't just about being disciplined for discipline's sake.
Right, it has to serve a purpose.
Your efforts need to be connected to your bigger goals, your long-term vision, your core values. Otherwise, why bother making the hard choice? The why provides the fuel.
And he recommends a specific way to set those goals.
Yeah, he leans on the classic SMART framework, which is always worth revisiting.
Okay, break that down for us again. SMART goals are:
Specific. What exactly do you want to achieve? Be precise.
how will you track progress and know when you've succeeded?
Is this goal realistic for you right now, given your resources and circumstances?
Does this goal actually matter to you? Does it align with your values and bigger vision?
When will you start? What's the deadline or time frame?
So instead of "I want to read more," a SMART goal would be:
Maybe, I will read 15 pages of a nonfiction book every weekday morning before 8 a.m. for the next month. It's specific, measurable, hopefully achievable and relevant, and it's time-bound.
Gotcha. That clarity makes it much easier to apply discipline towards it.
Definitely. And then there's the crucial piece of accountability and reflection. You can't just set goals and hope for the best.
You need to track progress and learn from mistakes.
Exactly. Meadows is big on journaling, using habit trackers, checklists, whatever works for you, and regularly reflecting, maybe weekly, on what worked, what didn't, and what needs adjusting. Using setbacks as data, not reasons for shame.
Which ties back into that final supporting idea he emphasizes: mindset over mood.
Yes. This is huge. Discipline doesn't come from feeling motivated or energetic all the time. That's impossible.
So where does it come from?
It comes from your mindset, from your identity, from your commitment to your purpose. Believing you are a disciplined person, or at least can become one, is essential.
So you act based on your commitment, not based on how you feel in the moment.
Precisely. Your mood at 3 p.m. on a rainy afternoon might be low. You might feel tired or uninspired. But if your mindset is locked onto your identity as someone who follows through, you do the thing anyway. You let your mindset drive, not your temporary mood.
That requires real mental strength, but I can see how practicing the other lessons builds that strength over time.
Absolutely. They all reinforce each other. The systems support the mindset, the micro choices build the identity, resilience keeps you going when the mood is low.
Okay, this is all incredibly insightful, but let's make it super practical for everyone listening. Can we boil this down into, say, 10 concrete actions someone could take, like today, based on Meadows' book?
Let's do it. 10 actionable takeaways inspired by 365 days with self-discipline. Ready?
Ready. Let's hear number one.
Okay, number 1, the hard choice challenge. Right after listening to this, pick one small, slightly uncomfortable thing you've been putting off. Could be making that phone call, doing 10 push-ups, clearing off your desk, whatever. Just do it. Now, feel that resistance and push through.
Love it. Start immediately. Number two.
Number 2, track something tiny. Don't wait for a big goal. Start tracking one micro decision today. Did you drink water instead of soda? Did you skip hitting snooze? Use a simple notes app or a piece of paper. Just notice the pattern. Awareness is the first step.
Okay, track the small stuff. Number three.
3, optimize your environment. Don't just think about it, do something. Right now, identify one way to reduce friction for a good habit, like putting your running shoes by the door, and one way to increase friction for a bad habit, like moving the TV remote to another room or deleting a distracting app. Make the good choice easier, the bad choice harder.
Design your space for success. Number four.
4, start a mini ritual. Create a tiny 1 to 5 minute routine you do before a specific task to trigger focus. Like before opening email, take 3 deep breaths and state your main goal for the day. Or before starting work, tidy your desk for 60 seconds. Anchor a disciplined start.
Mini rituals for focus. Nice. Number 5.
5, plan for the dip. Resilience isn't magic, it's planning. Anticipate low motivation. Decide now. What's your absolute minimum action you'll take on a bad day? Who can you text for accountability? Write down your core why and put it somewhere visible. Prepare for the storm before it hits.
Proactive resilience. Number 6.
6, quick vision check. Connect to your why. Take 60 seconds right now to jot down 1 or 2 of your most important long-term goals or values. Then, for the rest of today, before making any non-trivial choice, quickly ask, does this align with my bigger picture? Keep the purpose front and center.
Align daily actions with the big picture. Number 7.
7, reward the effort wisely. Acknowledge your wins, even small ones. If you stick to your tiny tracking goal for 3 days straight, give yourself a small, healthy reward. Maybe 5 minutes of guilt-free relaxation, listening to a favorite song, or just telling yourself, good job. Reinforce the positive behavior.
Celebrate consistency. Number 8.
8, schedule a 5-minute review. Put it in your calendar for the end of the week, maybe Friday afternoon or Sunday evening. Just 5 minutes. Ask yourself, what went well with my discipline this week? What was challenging? What one small adjustment can I make next week? Turn reflection into action.
Regular reflection and adjustment. Number 9.
9, practice the power of no. Today, consciously look for one opportunity to say no to something that doesn't align with your priorities. Could be a distracting notification, an unnecessary request, or just the urge to multitask. Every no to the unimportant strengthens your yes to what truly matters.
Saying no builds focus. Okay, last one. Number 10.
And number 10, get your daily dose. Mimic the book's structure. Find one quote, one idea, one sentence about self-discipline each day. You can use Meadows' book or find another source. Just spend 60 seconds reading and thinking about it. Keep the concept top of mind. It's like that daily mental gym session.
Okay, those are 10 fantastic, really concrete actions. Anyone can pick at least one of those and start right now.
Absolutely. It's all about starting small and being consistent.
So as we wrap up our look at 365 days with self-discipline, how would you summarize the core message and the potential impact?
Its core message is that significant lasting change doesn't happen overnight or through heroic one-off efforts.
Right, it's built day by day.
Exactly. It's built through the slow, steady, deliberate accumulation of small, consistent, sometimes uncomfortable choices stacked up over 365 days. It's about consistency, systems, and resilience.
And the promise, if you stick with it, what changes can someone realistically expect?
The promise isn't instant transformation, but gradual accumulating change. If you really engage with these lessons, choosing discomfort sometimes, building those systems, bouncing back from setbacks, you will start to notice shifts.
Like what?
You'll likely feel less reactive to your impulses and moods, more in control of your choices and your time. You'll probably build more resistance to temptations and distractions. And maybe most importantly, you gain this quiet inner peace that comes from knowing you're someone who actually does what they say they're going to do. You keep promises to yourself.
That self-trust is huge.
It's foundational.
Oh,
And remember that quote that sums up Meadows' philosophy well. Self-discipline means living your life the hard way, resisting temptations and instant gratification in order to receive bigger and better rewards in the future.
the hard way leads to the better rewards.
That's the bet he's making. It might not feel flashy or exciting day to day. Like we said, it can feel mundane, even boring sometimes.
Yeah.
But the transformation happens over time. When you look back after a few months, or certainly after a year, the person you've become, they're likely much more aligned with the person you want to be, more resilient, more capable, closer to achieving those big goals.
It's a powerful concept. So the final thought for our listeners.
Start today.
Yeah.
Don't wait for January 1st or next Monday.
Right now.
Pick one thing from those 10 actions. Just one. Make that hard choice. Track that tiny habit. Say that no.
And then do it again tomorrow.
Stay consistent. Trust that the small steps add up. It really is a journey, probably one of the most powerful journeys you can take, building the discipline to create the life you actually want.
Excellent advice. Well, that wraps up our summary of 365 Days with Self-Discipline by Martin Meadows. We hope you found this helpful. If you did, please do subscribe to our channel, Book by Book, for more summaries just like this one. And hey, if you know someone who could use a boost in the self-discipline department, share this with them. Also, hitting that like button really does help us out and motivates us to keep digging into these books and bringing you the best summaries we can. Thanks so much for listening.